everyone, it's Allie and I'm in Tucson for Fight Week. I had a chance to take a tour around the city and wanted to show you guys around. We began the day at Old Tucson, a studio that was created in 1939 by Columbia Pictures as a set for their movie, Arizona. Today, the studio is an attraction for visitors to explore the town and take a look at what it has to offer. It varies from tours, shows, attractions, and displays of old memorabilia. Rob Jensen showed us around and spoke to us about the studios.
Most of this is original buildings from 1939. When we get up here to what we call Heritage Square, a lot of this stuff is some of the newer construction that was brought about after the bad fire we had in 1995 and lost about half of the park. But as you can see, it's still very authentic looking, and it's kind of designed the way a regular town would be, where you got your original sort of downtown, historic aspect, and then as the town grew, more people came.
Columbia wanted to stay true to the story and created a replica of the 1862 settlement of Tucson. I love historical locations, so this place was perfect for me.
So this is the town hall, and one of our largest structures here in the park. We've also got an exhibit in here. These are carvings by a local artist, Jerry Berg. So they're kind of fun to look at, and they're all on wheels so that when we have productions come in, we can just roll them out and free up the space.
I was excited to see everything because Mary Davis, who is part of the Old Tucson team, told us that over 400 films, TV shows, music videos, and more were shot at Old Tucson Studios. After Old Tucson, we headed into town and checked out El Charro Cafe. It is the nation's oldest Mexican restaurant that has been owned by the same family since it was established in 1922. The cafe features traditional northern Mexico Sonoran style food, and we spoke with Stephanie Victoria, who is part of the team at the cafe. What are your most favorite and popular dishes?
So one of our staples here at El Charro Cafe is our carne seca. So we have been grandfathered into the way of preparing this meat. So we are approved by the USDA to have our meat be done and processed this way. So we hang it up on a rooftop. With the Arizona heat, it's a perfect weather to have our meat aged and dried perfectly. It's seasoned. We have it processed and shredded. All natural, everything's natural ingredients. Everything's here local.
I really enjoy the atmosphere of the cafe. The people were friendly and welcoming, and the building had a lot of color, which made it stand out. I personally had the chicken enchiladas with some guacamole, which was made to order right by our table. The next stop of the day was the Tucson Botanical Gardens. The garden is 5.5 acres of space that is used to reconnect people with nature, art, and education through history and culture. They were the #1 garden selected out of 14 from the country to create a miniature garden at the United States Botanical Garden in Washington, D.C. We spoke with Rob Elias about the story behind the gardens. So you said that you guys started off with a nursery and then it just grew into 5.5 acres of land?
Yeah, so Rutger Porter and his wife Bernice started as a landscaping company. Actually, Rutger started as a landscaper, and they converted their property into a little nursery. So it was a little homemade business. They had some daughters, and they have a really cool story about a cattle tank that they have here. We kept part of that cattle tank as part of our history.
We came across some distinct flowers in the garden that really caught my eye. They were yellow Lady Banks roses that have been trained to grow up the structure into the shape and form that you see today. We finished the tour of the gardens by visiting the Butterfly Chamber, which holds over 400 beautiful butterflies from 11 different countries. end our day, we stopped at Cobra Arcade, which is a bar that offers a rotation of vintage arcade games. The arcade provides guests with a cool, hip, and artsy environment in the heart of Tucson. We spoke with Richie French from Cobra Arcade on the importance of working with the community. So you told me you like to help out charities and also work with the community. What kind of community are you guys involved with?
Really anything that we can get our hands on. We like to partner with different organizations. We actually partner with a lot of gyms down here in Tucson. And work with different fighters. They come in here, a lot of them are regulars, they love to play the game, so we like to take care of them. We're actually hosting an official after party for some of the fights that are coming up, so we always try to get those guys in here and make sure that they have a good time and that they're well taken care of.
I felt like a kid again playing games at the arcade. I'm excited to watch the title fight this Friday between Jose Alday and Gustavo Lopez. Make sure you guys watch it on Univision, DAZN, or Facebook Watch. And if you're in town, make sure you get your tickets and stop by.